Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome in to another edition of the Big Man on Campus Sports Betting Podcast. Hope you're having a great weekend. A lot to get to today. We'll get to all that and more. Decided to do a show today. Generally, the show is just every day of the week, no weekends, but a lot of baseball today, a lot of NBA. Sixers are playing. Felt it pertinent to get on and do some things here. So, join me today. Sit back. Sunday is always a nice day to rewind relax and unwind. Not rewind. I don't want to rewind. Unwind and watch sports and just have some fun. So we'll get to some things today. Try to have some success on the diamond or on the basketball court. Interesting two games today. You obviously have the Philadelphia 76ers who took advantage of game three and got the 2-1 series lead. We're back in Philly for game four. Also have an interesting situation out in Denver. Out in Portland. You have Portland and Denver coming off that unbelievable 4 overtime game. How will those two teams react? We'll get to all that and more. Definitely have some weather concerns in some games today. Around here, it is raining pretty heavily, and games could be affected today. So make sure you're taking a look at the weather concerns. I had some weather concerns yesterday in the Kentucky Derby. That was a mess. It seems like it rains every year in that area, doesn't it? Always seems like it rains there. But let's get into the show. Welcome in everyone watching. I don't know how well this show will be recorded today. Look, I kind of do things sometimes spontaneously. I jump on and have some fun. So, if you can do me a favor, retweet the show on Twitter and support the channel by hitting the like button. That would be very helpful if you can. Michael, Norm, Cal Bear, R.S. Jacobs, welcome in. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. How did I do with the Derby? I didn't win at all, actually. I had Code of Honor who came in second, but I didn't win anything. So that's a few dollars down the drain. Twinspires got my money there. But look, I don't expect to win. It's the Kentucky Derby. If you go in with, the goal to win, unless you handicap horses on a regular basis. But look, here's the funny thing about horse racing. It's really like any sports bet you make. I think some things you expect to win at, but at the end of the day with horse racing, you're betting on animals to win. So no one had Country House or whatever the horse's name was that won. So it really doesn't matter. I don't bet any random shit. I don't do any of that stuff. I just have fun with it. I don't. It's kind of like hockey for me. It's the one day I care at all about horse racing. So I'm probably pretty stupid money. It's probably, again, that's kind of, though, what you don't want to do as a gambler. I try not to throw money away, but you have fun on Derby Day. Didn't get the job done. But you had fun either way. It was fun to kind of watch it. Kind of a mess at the end for sure. What's up, John Nelson, LJ, Corey, all you guys? Thanks for watching. Let's get into the show. We'll try to bring up some winners today, try to point you maybe in the right direction. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to get on the chat and make them known. Do want to shout out our sponsor. We have a new sponsor here. It is betonline.ag. Listen, guys, BetOnline really has to be one of your integral sports books if you get one. Make it be BetOnline, whether you're just looking for a new book or you're a new bettor looking for a book, you want to get away from a local or something. Make sure BetOnline is your number one decision. You get your payouts within 24 hours. Big limits. You can also get the earliest lines in the offshore business. Again, guys, look, if you're betting games and you're doing this at a high level, you have to have the ability to bet games when they come out. Hit the openers. BetOnline is one of the originators. During football, they're going to be the first people to put lines out a lot of the time, and they're really the book that shapes a lot of the market a lot of the time. So make sure you have a book that's able to do that, and BetOnline's going to do that. They're going to have lines out earlier than anyone else. And you can deposit with Bitcoin. They have all sorts of withdrawal options. And if you use the promo code BIGMAN, BIGMAN, all one word, you're going to get a 50% deposit bonus. Keep in mind, rollover requirements are in effect, to make sure you understand what that means. But BetOnline has one of the lowest rollovers in the offshore business. Check out betonline.ag. Use my promo code BIGMAN, BIGMAN, to get yourself a bonus. Really, again, I've used BetOnline. I communicate with Dave Mason, one of their line guys. Great company. I know they refunded a lot of people yesterday in the horse race. Really one of those reputable names out there that you can feel safe with. Get BetOnline now. Use promo code BIGMAN, BIGMAN. Listen, support the sponsors, okay? They hook me up to sponsor, to promote their business, to promote their book. I don't make any affiliate. I don't make money if you lose or anything like that. They just hook me up for talking about them. So go support our sponsors. If you do anything here, look, whether you love me, you hate me. Most of you love me because you're here watching. Go support the sponsors. They're what keep the lights on. I don't get paid to do this show. I don't have a check coming to me every week from anyone for doing this show. Support the sponsors. Like anything, if you like a company, make sure you support them. That's how you keep the lights on for those companies. Promo code BIGMAN. Use that when you deposit today. All right, guys, let's get into some stuff here. Joe McLean, thanks for watching. Appreciate that. Rob Cruz, thanks for watching. Von Polo, there you go. Von Polo, they refunded me yesterday. So there you go. BetOnline is doing that. Not other places are doing that. So, all right, let's get into some baseball here. Have my eye on some things here. First one would obviously be the Boston White Sox game. Look, both these pitchers stink. It's that simple. These two pitchers give up a lot of runs. These are two teams that do have pretty good lineups. I know Mookie Betts doubtful today, but you look at this young White Sox lineup. They've been doing a nice job this year scoring runs. These two pitchers aren't good. Dylan Covey has not had really any success at the major league level. I guess he's had spurts of short-term success, but it really has been a mess for him this year. He's not worked more than 4 1/3 innings this year. And you look at his opponent, Rick Porcello really hasn't found much of any groove outside of his last time out against Oakland. But other than that, he's really struggled. And you look at this lineup for the White Sox, definitely some big boppers here. That middle of the lineup's driving runs in. You look at Boston, they're starting to score some runs as well. You have basically 6 guys in this lineup today that have driven in double-digit runs. So, look, you expect there to be some runs here. Both these teams not particularly adept from a pitching standpoint today to get people out. I'll look towards maybe backing it over here. It is 9.5. You don't really love 9.5s. I mean, when you have that 8, the 8.5 or 9, at least if you get 4-4, you get a push out of it. That 9.5 obviously definitely makes it difficult. You're hoping for kind of like, that 7-4. You're kind of hoping for that next level baseball game as far as runs scored. I think they can get there today. Both these two really, I don't think are going to give you very much from a standpoint of any sort of ability to get you out. You also look at this lineup for the White Sox. You look at Abreu, Yonder Alonso, Tim Anderson, Yomer Sanchez. A couple of these guys have some real success against Porcello. I expect maybe a 6-4 type of game, 7-4, 7-5, something like that. Maybe a 9-4. I don't know, something crazy. I have to figure, especially as well. No two great bullpens here either. So that's kind of something I have my eye on. I'll be honest, my play tonight and today is in the NBA. I took it on the chest. I actually Friday night had the Nuggets. And a couple of you I gave that game free to after you retweeted the show. The Nuggets, it took a while, but the Nuggets got the cover plus the 4. That was a rough game. If that wouldn't have come in, I'd have been really – those are ones that hurt. I mean, especially with all the chances the Nuggets had to close that game out. Up 4 with 30 seconds left. Up in the overtimes a few different times. It was rough, but they were able to get the chicken. Last night I had Oakland, the Athletics. They were up in the 7th inning, I believe, and again, bullpen blew it. I really kind of blew a tire on that one. I definitely should have probably played that one first 5. The advantage for the Pirates in those games against Oakland is the bullpen. They have a better bullpen than Oakland does. But I expected to get a lot more out of Oakland's offense yesterday. Again, Pittsburgh has one of the worst offenses in the major leagues. That was a rough one. I also had the Warriors last night, which, listen, I'm not going to even talk about. The Warriors, I think for a lot of people, make them money. That's, I'm sure, something that is a given. But look, over the last 5 years in this run they've had, they've not been a good team against the spread. You've not made money backing them. Last night was ugly. That was an ugly one, seriously. Look, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of Stephen Curry. I made it clear I don't like Stephen Curry. I'm not a fan of him. I think I just don't like the guy personally. Is he a great shooter? Yeah, he's probably the best shooter ever. I think there's some guys that are right there with him. Ray Allen, Drazen Petrovic, Reggie Miller. There's a lot of guys that can shoot the basketball. But you look at his overall game, I just don't think it's as good as other point guards. Sorry. To say he's a top 5 player in the league, I just don't think that's true. I think from a shooting perspective, sure, he's number 1. But from an overall player, he is not good. Watch the game back last night. He was horrific defensively. They were horrific defensively. It's just that simple. They weren't good whatsoever. How many open fucking threes did Houston have? Stephen Curry, from a point guard perspective, from an overall perspective, he is not as good as people say he is. He just isn't. Sorry. I'll take Damian Lillard any day of the week and 4 or 5 times on Saturday and Sunday. It's that simple. And look, you look at the layup last night. I mean, it amazes me that Stephen Curry can't dunk. That's wild to me. But it's not just that layup. It's how many layups Stephen Curry missed. By the way, Stephen Curry 7 for 23 last night. This guy willows in the playoffs. It's that simple. He did it. He's done it countless different times. And look, for the record, I mean, Klay Thompson was very good defensively last night. He didn't help you offensively either. It was Kevin Durant, per usual. That was a rough one. That was a rough beat last night, I thought. And then they just give up. You had a timeout. You were only down 5. But I guess that was a executive decision after that it was just over. But look, the likelihood of the Warriors covering, I guess, if he makes that layup, it's a 3-point game. They foul. They're likely going to have to make another shot. But it would have been nice to have a shot at it. But I don't know. Look, when Eric Gordon drops 30, I think you just kind of chalk it up. Eric Gordon, a good player, but again, a guy that had just way too many open shots. But look, I'll take the Warriors anytime I can at +3. They're a great team. They are a number 1 as far as starters. They're terrific. The difference last night was the bench. I think Houston's bench gave you 21 points. I think the Warriors bench gave you like 9 or 10. That was the difference. I mean, whether it's whoever, they gave you something. Iman Shumpert, Nene, something. They gave you something. What the fuck are Kevin Looney? What are those guys giving you? Nothing. Ugats, nothing. Let's get back to baseball here. We're kind of down in that rabbit hole that I didn't want to get in. Scott Weaver, my man, what's happening, buddy? Covey's 0-5 in his last 7 starts. Yeah, he's a mess. Real a mess. Problem is, I don't want to back Porcello, though. So, for me, I'm going to look over the number in this one. If this was anyone else other than Porcello, I'd be in with you. But, hey, look, if this is 9-2, I'm good with that. Boston rolls 9-2. Boom. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a game I like today. And, again, all I do is give you my opinion. If you want to play this or if you don't want to play this, this is your prerogative. But there was a few weeks ago, I backed Baltimore to beat Tampa. I believe it was Tampa. They were plus a big number. I think they're plus 220. Game came in. I like Baltimore today again. Now, I don't like to bet against Tampa much. I like this Tampa team. I've been talking about them probably more than any team in the major leagues this year. I love what I'm getting out of Tampa. This is a really good offensive team for the most part. Got a good pitching staff. But I think there's a possibility that we could back Baltimore today and maybe steal one here. Look, Tampa's not going to win every game. This is not going to happen. They're going to lose games. They're going to have games where they don't play well. I think this is a decent spot in the first 5 to back Baltimore. Now, I can get Baltimore right now in the first 5 at plus 140 at BetOnline. I mean, I'm getting their best pitcher. Means is their best pitcher. But for a team that doesn't have many good pitchers, Means is probably their guy. And what's crazy about Means is he's not even like a bona fide. He's only thrown, I think, 5 or 6 appearances. He's not. I don't think he even has a lock in this rotation yet. I think he should. But you're looking at 25 and 2/3, ERA at 2.81. His whip's around 1.15. He's done a nice job. Opponent's only hitting about 230 off him. Means has gotten the job done. And you're getting a bullpen game today from Tampa. Stanek doesn't give you more than an inning or an inning and a half or 2. That's all he gives you. I think you're going to have a decent shot at this because you're getting Means. You're going to get a bullpen game. And look, I'm going to make this clear. Tampa Bay's bullpen's solid. But it's a bullpen game. Also, I look at this lineup for Baltimore today. Not bad. You got plenty of guys that can score some runs. VR, Mancini, Dwight Smith, Andrew Alberto. Maybe Chris Davis can land the one for us and give us some success here. I'm going to take a shot with Baltimore here. In the first 5, plus 140. I'm going to go with Baltimore today. Problem is, we might have a rain out here. We're going to see. It is raining, in this area. I'm not far from Baltimore. We obviously have to get kind of, some thoughts here on what's going on. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think the Phillies game gets played today. I don't think there's any way they get that one in. It is raining. It's going to keep raining. I don't think that game gets played today. So, if you're looking at that game, I wouldn't expect that one. Joe M., thanks for retweeting the show. It's very nice of you. Thanks for doing that, pal. Anything helps as far as retweets. It's always about growing the show. I would definitely keep my eye on that Phillies game as far as being rained out. It already may have been rained out. Again, we may have this one rained out as well. The Baltimore Oriole game. We'll see. We're definitely playing around some weather today. But as of now, according to the Baltimore Orioles verified Twitter page, this game is going to be played, as far as I know. Okay, yeah. Again, but Von Polo, you didn't make the decision to end the game. The game hasn't been called yet, so we'll see. What else do we have here? Until we get an announcement, we're not gonna go off the game. I mean, as far as I know, it's going to be played. Another one. I think there's some games today where we're going to have some runs. Obviously, the first game we talked about in Boston and the White Sox. Another one I have on is Toronto and Texas. Look, Friday night was a weird game. I mean, 0-0 going into the extra innings. I mean, wild game. Today, I have a feeling it's going to be the opposite. Look, I don't love Toronto offensively. I've talked about that. But against Drew Smyly, who will be on a pitch count today, and look, not for nothing, before the disabled list stint, he was brutal. Drew Smyly sucked. ERA just below 8. I mean, he was ugly. He didn't look great. Not going to pitch deep into this game. It's already been announced that he's going to be on a pitch count. I mean, Drew Smyly's whip before he went on the disabled list was just under 2. He's averaging 2 base runners an inning. Not good. Opponent's hitting almost 300 off Smiley. So we're going to get a lot of pitches today from Texas. That's never a good idea. You look on the other side, Clay Buchholz. Clay Buchholz is back to being bad. And you look at his career numbers in Texas. Not good. 27 innings, he's given up 19 runs. Ugly. Ugly stuff for Buchholz. And look, when you're facing a team in Texas and you've not been good their career, not really a good adage. I mean, this Texas team's really good offensively. You look at the weather today down in Arlington, 80 and sunny. Gonna be somewhat humid. I think the ball's gonna move today out there in Texas. So that's another one I like. Von Polo, yeah, again, Von Polo. We thank you for the weather report, but you don't make the decision on the games. Sorry. Again, I applaud you and thank you for giving that opinion, but according to what I'm seeing, there's no postponement on this game. Not saying there won't be, but I'm not going to not bet the game because you say it's going to get rained out. I appreciate your weather report, but again, just because I go to a restaurant and you say, "Hey, big man, I hated the sandwich there." Okay, well, I'm going to give it a try. Maybe I'll like it. It's that simple. But thank you. You're right. I'm not very far from Baltimore. I'm about 50 miles north. So yeah, I hear you. And again, it's a Sunday game, so I think they're going to try to they'll try to wait a little bit, get the game in. But if they don't, they don't. But I'm not going to not bet the game because it might get rained down. It might not either. Let me put my Al Roker on. Let me take a look at the radar. Let me see what's going on here. Because again, just because it's raining now, it doesn't mean it's going to be raining all day. So I want to take a look here. Radar is the big thing. That's how you know if it's going to rain. I don't trust the weatherman. I'm going to look myself. We'll look at the radar here. See what we got. All right, Baltimore, Maryland. Currently, it's cloudy. Maybe you want to check to see if it's actually raining there, brother. Any West Coast MLB? Yeah, I had a thought on Reds, Giants. Kind of like the under there, Ralph. Both those pitchers have been terrific. We've seen a couple over games recently, but I think this one's low. First 5, maybe, under 4. That's definitely one that I think perked my interest a little bit. Yeah, rain's going to move out here soon. I think we're on the tail end of this thing, guys, in Baltimore. Look, is the game going to be on time? I don't know, but I think the game gets in. You're starting to see some clearing, more scattered stuff. The heavy rain's gone. South Jersey, it's going to rain all day, at least for the next 4 or 5 hours. But, in Baltimore, it's starting to clear out a little bit. I think you're on the tail end of the rain here. So, again, let's not think this game's going to get canceled. I'm going to stick with it. So I'm going to stick with Baltimore. The rain's moving out. So again, it's only 12:20 here. So by an hour from now, we don't know what the situation is going to be. So we're going to rock with that. What do we got here? Kevin Roth is a good follow on Twitter for sports weather. Cool. Yeah, I will see this. When I was younger, I was actually a big weather guy. I love weather. So I just kind of normally go to the radar and take a look because the radar is obviously precipitation, and you can kind of see clearing. So I'm gonna rock with a few one. I'm gonna go Baltimore first 5. I'm gonna rock over in Texas and Toronto, and I'm gonna go over in White Sox Boston. Consider the under in San Francisco and Cincy. 2 bad offenses. I think they come back to earth. Let's go to NBA. Sixers and Toronto today in South Philadelphia, Wells Fargo Center. You're starting to see some threes pop up out there. So if you like Philadelphia, you might want to get on to 2.5 now. And look, I hate to come at this game from a square perspective. Again, when I handicap games, I obviously don't put my fandom into it. Look, if I can make money on fading the team that I like, I'm going to do that. It's that simple. But in this game, I just really don't see how Toronto beats the Sixers without Siakam. I just don't see it. I've talked candidly, not only on my own show, but I've talked on Gabe Morency's show and any other shows that I've done about the inability for anyone outside of Siakam or Leonard to step up. So, okay, Siakam's out today. You look at without Siakam, I mean, in this playoffs, in this series, Siakam's played 88 minutes. When he's in the game, their effective field goal is 55%. And their offensive rating is almost 110. Without Siakam, it's 94, and they're shooting 43%. So they're shooting 12% worse when he's not on the floor. Plus, he's a big, and he can defend. So let's see Kawhi Leonard plays the whole game today, and he scores 50 points. Is that enough to win this game? Because you haven't gotten anything out of anyone else. Serge Ibaka, Ugats. Marc Gasol, Ugats. Marc Gasol can't guard Embiid either. To think that's fucking going to happen is laughable. I think we saw in the last game, he can't guard Embiid. He just can't. Lowry, you're going to fucking depend on him to give you a good game? Give me a fucking break. It's not like Lowry's not been just good in this series. When has Kyle Lowry ever been good in the playoffs as an NBA player? Never. I don't want to be a square. These are kind of the situations where I kind of look to fade these kind of teams. But it is the playoffs. If this was the regular season, I would take the Raptors probably. Just because I think it just doesn't make any sense. But I just find it hard. I've seen this team when Siakam is in there. And look, they're really pretty good with him. But without him, I just don't really see it. And if the Sixers are playing like they did the other night, I don't think anybody beats the Sixers. I'll be honest. I don't think there's any team that can beat the Sixers playing that well. I mean, are we starting to see that this Sixers team maybe is a finals team? And which is crazy because 3 games ago, I didn't think they had a chance against the Raptors. But we're starting to see this Raptors team, the cracks are developing. They have no bench. They traded their bench away. Anunoby's not playing. And now no Siakam. I mean, even if Siakam plays, he's not 100%. And second of all, I think the Sixers can beat them with Siakam even. I just doesn't add up for me. I don't really – I think as a sports bettor, you have to be willing and be able to switch it up. Siakam isn't out for sure. He's not playing, dude. Give it up. Gasol has been guarding him well. Yeah. Gasol's been guarding him well. Right. Gasol got destroyed the other night. What the hell are you watching? No offense, but game 2, Embiid was sick. I mean, look, Kyle, or Matt, I know you're a Raptors fan. I mean, but can one fan at one point with this fucking club see through the fucking thin air here? I mean, or is every Raptors fan the most delusional person on earth? I mean, seriously. You got to give credit where it's deserved. This Raptors team is not as good as the Sixers right now. It's that simple. I'm sorry. In the last 2 games, they have not been good enough. I'm sorry. This bench stinks. And outside of Kawhi Leonard and Siakam, they have not been any good. I mean, you have to start seeing through this, right? I mean, come on. So look, if you want to put your eggs in the basket of, Siakam might play. He's not out yet. I mean, let's be honest. If he's this close to being, do you really? I mean, it's the playoffs, and he probably not going to play. I would think it's probably a pretty serious issue. Oh, by the way, to anyone that's curious, to anyone that wonders, do you know how much Kyle Lowry's getting paid this year? $31,200,000. He's making over $31 million. Think about that. Think about that. I mean, seriously, if you're a Raptors fan, I mean, do you look at that and just say, fucking my God, we're paying Kyle Lowry $100 million over 3 years? Why? Why are you paying Kyle Lowry $31.2 million? This guy's he's not good. He doesn't win in the playoffs. He doesn't even play well in the playoffs. Toronto has never won a conference title. Ever. Kyle Lowry's not done anything for your franchise. Why the hell are you giving him $100 million over 3 years? Kyle Lowry is a franchise leader. Of what? Driving you into the fucking ground? Give me a fucking break. Kyle Lowry is a franchise leader. And then you trade away Valanciunas. And you bring in these Marc Gasol. Come on, dude. Look, I know Valanciunas is a great defender, but you got rid of most of your bench as well. Fucking Pirtle, Delon Wright. I mean, Van Fleet? Come on, dude. Oh, yeah. Kyle Lowry's an all-time best Raptor. Yeah, for a team that's never won anything. That's a good point. Great fucking point. For a bunch of losers, he's the biggest loser. Good one. That's true. Good point, BitXN. You actually made a good point there. For being on a team that's one of the biggest losers in the NBA, yes. That would be correct. Best Raptor, Vince Carter. Yeah, at least he got to the conference finals. But again, when you're a Toronto sports fan, that's how it works. You don't win anything. So, and Matt Madu, exactly. I mean, all-time Raptor. What about DeRozan? Come on. But again, we're talking about Toronto here. This is a city that never wins anything. I mean, their hockey team won in like the 60s, so we have to respect them. They're like Notre Dame in football. Notre Dame hasn't won anything since like the 70s, yet we have to consider them like this great, unbelievable college football power. Give me a fucking break. Some of these cities are the most diluted fucking fan bases on earth. And look, I'm not going to say that there are not people in this city that are fucking delusional. There's a lot of delusional people here. But you know what's great? We have a couple of championships, luckily. We have a couple of, the Eagles have had maintained success since, 2000, basically. There's been a lot of successful years. The Sixers, they went to the finals. They're a team that, they have had some like limited success. But, when it comes to success, I mean, the Raptors just haven't done anything. I mean, absolutely nothing. But yeah, these are pretty deluded fans in Toronto. Pretty deluded. To me, the best player in Raptors history, I loved Vince Carter. I thought he was a terrific player. Chris Bosh was there. Remember him? There's been, obviously DeRozan. But Matt, you understand where I'm coming from, that in this particular game, to hope that Kyle Lowry is the savior today is moronic. Right? I mean, you have to agree with that, right, Matt? You're a Raptor fan. You have to agree with that, right? I mean, when I'm looking at this game, to think that Kyle Lowry is going to be the savior, you can understand where I have pause in thinking that's going to happen. I mean, I mean, that's like I don't even know how to compare that. Like, how do you even compare that to anything? I don't know. I'm out of analogies, to be honest. I'm out of an analogy on Kyle Lowry. I don't know how else to analyze him. So you look at the other game here, Denver Portland. I mean, how do you approach this game, right? I mean, totals moved down considerably. You're betting into a bad number there. I mean, these teams, trainers were 24/7 yesterday, I'd have to figure. But I look at this game, I give a small edge to Portland. I think they're starting to show kind of some of their moxie in this game, in this series. I think one thing we saw the other night is this Denver Nugget team is a pretty dumb basketball team. I mean, they turn the ball over a lot. They're a young group. I think that's starting to show through here. And I, what I find interesting is these playoffs can turn a dime so quickly. And what was the ultimate issue for Denver in the first series? Experience. That's why they almost had issues with the Spurs. This Portland team, I mean, McCollum, Portland's killed me in the playoffs. I bet against them a couple of times, and they've, luckily the other night they didn't get me, but I think I'm 2-3 betting against Portland in the playoffs. I mean, Damian Lillard and McCollum are as good as it gets. Cantor continues to play pretty well. You have to figure, though, with Jokic, he'll be good today, but you got to figure he's a little fatigued here. The guy played 65 minutes the other night. You gotta be impressed with the kid, with Jokic. I mean, he was a warrior the other night. Murray, love Murray, big fan of his. But outside, I like Portland supporting cast more. I like Aminu, Harkless, those guys. Rodney Hood. How about Rodney Hood coming out of nowhere the other night? Fresh legs. I got to tell you, I think Portland gets the job done here again. You just got to wonder how much was taken out of them the other night after losing that game. You go 4 overtimes, you had so many opportunities to win the game, and you lose. It's got to be rough. It's got to be rough. Please support our sponsor, betonline.ag. Earliest line originators in the offshore markets. Fast payouts, you can get it within 24 hours. Bitcoin, you can use. Great customer service. I know yesterday they refunded a lot of Derby bets. Make sure you support our sponsor. Use promo code BIGMAN, all one word, BIGMAN, BIGMAN. Get yourself a 50% deposit bonus. Rollover requirements do apply. BIGMAN, promo code at betonline.ag. Make sure you check out BetOnline. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Oh God, another advertisement. Listen, get lost. Yeah, it's easy for you to say, JP. You just come on and listen to the show and get free picks. I actually sit here for an hour every day and give a show to people. I don't work for free, JP. I know you probably go to work, you get paid money, and you do all sorts of great things. I don't get paid to do this show. Oh God, another. I do it twice. Do you understand that's how things work, dude? You don't just work for free. Nobody just sits here and just works for free, dude. This is how companies and people do things, man. I know you wish everyone could just work for free and you could use everybody for as much as JP wants. It doesn't work like that, JP. I hate to call you out, but that's pretty fucked up. I mean, so what? I should just sit here and work for free, dude? By the way, I don't really get that much anyway. But that's what people do. I mean, that's what the internet is. It's let's use everybody for what we can, and we just don't get anything. They just don't get anything out of it. Sucks to have freeloaders like that, but it's all good. Do I like the over in the Denver game? Well, look, they always say the first thing that goes in games is your legs and defense. So yeah, I have a weird feeling this will find a way over. I don't know why. The bigger the brand, the more advertisements. Yeah, well, again, that's what I'm trying to do. Build the channel here. It's a risk, you take a risk. So, everybody starts at some point, At one point I was at zero. Now I have, you know, now I have, 3,500 subscribers. It's a slow season. I'm trying to grind away. Did I miss MLB? You did a little. I mean, we only did about 4 games. So, try to keep things afloat here, guys. I mean, you grind away. That's what you do in this business. We grind it out, get 75, 100 people a show watching live, and we try to grind it away. So, for anyone that had an issue with the 30 seconds advertisement that I did twice, if that's not something you want to hear, then sorry. Yep, I'm a baby because I am trying to support myself through doing a YouTube show, and I ask for people to it's all good, JP. I mean, you're just showing the maroon that you are. It's too bad. I'm a baby because I'm trying to support a show that I have. Okay. Do I think the Celtics still have a chance? No, I do not. I think the last 2 games have shown that. Look, I think the Celtics obviously just got a poor Bucks in game 1. No, I think the Bucks get the job done there. Thank you, Stu. Thanks for watching. Al, thanks for watching. Don't let them stress you out. Well, I try not to, but I mean, if you if you act like a jerk off, you're gonna get treated like one. Couple of the games that I do like in MLB, I like Baltimore first 5. I like the White Sox over, and I like Texas over. So yeah, that's that. Lowry leads the Raptors in steals and 3. Jesus Christ, dude. You're still trying to sell us that Kyle Lowry's a great Raptor. Listen, dude, to say you're the biggest loser on a group of losers isn't that cool. Okay, I guess in BitXN's household, just getting a participation trophy is enough. But another thing, so if I have a really bad basketball team, if I play in D3 and I've lost every game, there's definitely a guy that's the leading scorer on that team. I mean, so are we supposed to give him a trophy because he was the best player on a group of losers? I mean, dude, BitXN, I mean, you can't be serious with this, are you? You're just trying to troll us at this point, right? You're trying to sell us that Kyle Lowry's a great player. I mean, he's been there his whole career. He probably should lead them in something. But he hasn't won anything. Same goes for Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson is my favorite basketball player ever. But the problem for Allen Iverson is he never won anything. That's what eludes Allen Iverson. No, you don't have to. You can appreciate the player, but you don't have to value him. He's not a great player. Stop talking that Kyle Lowry is this. There's 4 or 5 guys that are better Raptors than him. I mean, so we're just congratulating a guy because he's good on a group that never won anything. He should be one of the leading players ever. He's been there his entire career. I mean, look, I guess I could appreciate that you value the guy like that, but all I'm saying is I think you're valuing him a little too much. I mean, Jesus. But hey, maybe Kyle Lowry off 30 tonight. Who knows? Doubt it, but maybe he will. What do I know? A real mess down at the center today, down at the Philadelphia 76ers. You got the Broad Street run. You got a Phillies game, which I think has been called, and then you got a Sixer game. Lot of moving parts down there. Do I like anything at Dover? I haven't looked yet at the race. Kyle Lowry will go 30, 15, and 15 tonight. Yeah, watch. I'm sure he will. Let's say he does. Do they still win? Is him and Kawhi enough? Guess we'll see. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Appreciate you all here on Sunday for checking out the show. Obviously, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you have anything you want me to start doing, let me know. If you have any opinions, let me know. Let's say this. I will graciously think them over. I'm not big on change and that kind of stuff, but I'll think them over. All right, guys, I'm out of here. You all enjoy your day. Thanks for checking me out. Make sure you go support our sponsor, betonline.ag. Use promo code BIGMAN to get a bonus and to support that book. All of you have a great day. Bye-bye.